What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. It's your boy Aranda here, and I'm back with another video. So in this video, I'll be going over all the watches, warnings, and advisories taking place across the United States. And we recently did have Tropical Storm Arthur make landfall in Texas, went through Louisiana and Mississippi, dropped several inches of rain across those areas. Still have flash flooding ongoing for some areas across northern Louisiana, back through Alabama, and we do have flood watches issued all the way into Georgia. So let's go ahead and get started with this. Now, the storm did officially, as the remnants of it officially exited out over the Carolinas today, but for the most part, it's pretty hot and humid across the southeast and the deep south. So let's go ahead and get started. So we can go ahead and start off with Texas. Texas currently do have a, let's see, what was it? Okay, a flood warning in some counties, a heat advisory, a flood advisory, rip current statement, and a special weather statement, and an extreme heat warning all the way to the south of Texas, southern Texas, near the border. Going into Louisiana, they currently do have a flood warning in several counties, heat advisory, flood advisory, rip current statement, flood watch, and a special weather statement also been issued for several counties inside of Louisiana. We go into Mississippi, which was hit pretty hard as well. This has come from the National Weather Forecast Office in Jackson. I did not mean to close out of that, so let's go ahead and, okay, boom. Okay, there we go. National Weather Service Forecast Office out of Jackson, Mississippi, and this is being reported. They're reporting there's flash flood warnings in several counties, flood warning, heat advisory, flood advisory, high surf advisory, rip current statement, flood watch, and a special weather statement also been issued for Mississippi. Even going into Alabama, they currently do have flash flood warnings in several counties. Flood warning, flood advisory, flood watch, and a hazardous weather outlook been issued all the way into Georgia, which Georgia is dealing with about the same thing. Flood advisory, flood watch, and hazardous weather outlook been issued for parts of Georgia. The Carolinas is pretty quiet. Just have some beach hazard statements, especially down in my neck of the woods right here. Hazardous weather outlook and a small craft advisory. So we can go into Kansas. Kansas is dealing with a flood watch and a hazardous weather outlook. Also going into Iowa, they're dealing with a flood warning, flood watch, and a hazardous weather outlook. Going into Nebraska, they're dealing with a flood watch and a hazardous weather outlook also been issued for those areas. Going into Minnesota, this is Minnesota, excuse me, they have a severe thunderstorm warning, severe weather statement, the severe thunderstorm watch, special weather statement, and a hazardous weather outlook been issued for Minnesota. The Northeast is pretty quiet. We do have some gale warnings issued just off the coast of the Carolinas and Virginia, and then the heat advisory look like all the way out into the Atlantic. I think that's heat advisory. Oh no, that's just my recorder. Okay, I'm about to say, like, they looked weird. Going into Colorado, they're dealing with a red flag warning, air quality alert in several counties, and a hazardous weather outlook. Extreme fire danger is what the red flag warning stand for. Going into Nevada, they're dealing with a red flag warning, wind advisory, extreme heat watch, special weather statement, and an air quality alert been issued for Nevada. We can go ahead and go into Idaho, and they're dealing with a red flag warning, heat advisory, fire weather watch. Oregon's dealing with a red flag warning, gale warning, a small craft advisory, and extreme heat watch also been issued for Oregon. California do have red flag warnings into the northern counties of California, which also do have severe thunderstorm warnings, red flag warning, small craft advisory, beach hazard statement, and a special weather statement been issued for some counties in California. Even into Southern California, they're dealing with an air quality alert in some areas. Going into Montana. Montana is dealing with a red flag warning and a lake wind advisory. Washington State is dealing with the red flag warning as well. That's still Oregon. Go a little bit further north. See if that will help. There we go. Washington State is dealing with a red flag warning and an extreme heat watch. I don't think I did Arkansas yet. Arkansas is dealing with a flash flood warning in the southern part of the state. Flood watch, special weather statement, and a hazardous weather outlook been issued for some counties in Arkansas. That's definitely from Tropical Storm Arthur. Then also in Oklahoma, they're dealing with a flood advisory, flood watch, and a hazardous weather outlook, which Oklahoma and Texas is going to have to be watched out pretty closely. due to there's potential for more severe weather to go across those areas in the coming days. So it's definitely will add additional rainfall as it works its way through Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama after all the rain they recently just got from Arthur, which Arthur should be over and done with. There is a 10% chance of Arthur becoming Arthur again off the coast of the Carolinas as it pulls away once you get into the Atlantic, but that's a 10% chance, so it really won't impact anybody if it gets its strength back. But for the most part, we might not see any more tropical activity for now. That one definitely did was kind of a little surprise and quick. It made landfall over Texas and then it worked its way through Louisiana and Mississippi. By the time it reached the Carolinas, I think it was moving at 20 miles per hour, so it swept across the state pretty quick. Some areas I would not be surprised if there was some minor flooding on some streets, but for the most part it was a little windy but nothing too crazy. But for the most part, it's pretty quiet for the Atlantic and the Gulf for now. I would not be surprised that as we get closer or more into the summertime, when the temperatures continue to rise, that we might see more disturbances pop up. But as hot as it's been, would not be surprised if we do see something sneaky happening into the Gulf one more time. Because mainly, most storms that form in the Gulf, they tend to get trapped, so they only have like a few states they can make a landfall on, either Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, or even into the panhandle of Florida. So it's a possibility when storms form in the Gulf, they basically get trapped. So especially if they get trapped in the Gulf, if like something happening in the atmosphere where it can't really move, it's continuing to get strength and then eventually starts moving into the areas it's want to impact. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell to be notified each and every time I upload a new video. And I will see you guys in the next one if it's God's will. Stay safe out there. And it's your boy Aronde out.